meni se čini da je ključna poruka bila na pametnim gradovima. Mi smo kao ministarstvo se rado uključili u ovaj forum, pogotovo zato što je poanta cijele priče na pomoći ovim manjim gradovima, manjim jedinicama lokalne samouprave koje nemaju ovakve mogućnosti kakve ima recimo grad Zagreb.
Well, I think what is important is how to make Zagreb and how to make Croatia attractive for both intellectual and financial investment. How to make innovation happening faster here, better here with higher success rate, and also how to make smart something else than just a buzzword.
Mislim da je ovogodišnji Zagreb forum, kao i prethodnih godina, pokazao je da je jedno mjesto koje na jedan nepretenciozan način okuplja sve relevantne sudionike koji se bave područjem koje konferencija obrađuje na jedan dinamičan, zanimljiv način, omogućava sudjelovanje svima koji su za to zainteresirani i postavlja uvijek ključna i aktualna pitanja, a ponudi i neke odgovore na upravo ta pitanja.
I am really impressed of this building and this activity here. With startups and the buildings that host that activity of young people and startups. And I'm impressed by the discussion in the forum because it seems Zagreb like a very new frontier city in the smart city activity in Europe. You hosted a major city of Europe some months ago, and I think Zagreb will be one of the capital of a smart city in Europe.
Well, this is my first visit to Zagreb, and I suppose one of the things that I'm going to go away from is the innovative nature that the city is trying to create, not just within Croatia, but across the whole of the European Union. And I think it's really interesting that we've got some US representation here. So it's not just about the EU for Croatia, it's about the world. And as a Brit, as someone who was part of the democratic process that voted to leave the European Union, I think the global perspective is critically important, not just for the UK, not just for the US, but for the European Union as well. So I'm really interested in that side of what I've seen so far.
I think the Zagreb Innovation Forum is important because it's addressing two very important areas. One is how is technology going to be implemented in cities, which is important because many cities are facing pollution, they're facing aging populations, they're trying to deal with immigration, for example. So how can technology be used to help with these issues? And secondly, how do you have the skills implemented so that there's a workforce that have the right skills to create the technologies and implement the technologies? And the Zagreb Innovation Forum are addressing those two areas.
It's my first time here, and I'm very happy to hear these thoughts from your local representatives and startup community policymakers who are present, because the main point is that you need to have them sitting together around the table to share the messages and to agree on the common goals. In Europe, the smart specialization strategy is something that I think each of the cities and also Zagreb and this forum should embrace. Why? Because you need to rely on your strengths, who are your main collaborators within this local environment in order to grow and to scale up.
Well, I think the key messages are certainly related to creativity and innovation, and I think creativity remains important because we can talk about smart cities, but a city can only be smart if we have creative people. And innovation is also very crucial and important, certainly now in Europe, because we are all the time disrupted by innovation coming from China, coming from the US. And I think innovation should be central in everything we do in Europe and certainly in our cities.
My impressions of this conference is a very personal one because I was here, I've been involved with it from the very beginning, starting from when we were doing it in Ljubljana and now it's in Zagreb. And the key part I've seen now that it's at the 5th year going is that the level is rising. So special congratulations to Frane and the entire Raza team for lifting this conference from being something that's about Zagreb and within Zagreb to something that's going to be discussed all the way in Brussels, in the European Commission. So I think Zagreb is taking its place as a leading hub for smart city idea sharing and concrete initiatives within the city and beyond.
The 5th forum, Zagreb Forum on Creative Cities, was really creative and successful. We learn about the concepts. We get an insight on good practices, and of course we got the first winner of Zagreb Forum Smart City Award competition. So it was also a lot of new thoughts for the next year and the years to come. So looking forward for the next edition. Thank you.